Hey everybody, welcome to Geekoholics Anonymous, episode 163. I'm your host Rico, here with my co-host
Dane Cody.
Dane, Cody, and I get together once a week, talk about video games, TV, movies, and or whatever the hell we like. Welcome everybody. Thank you for listening. Yeah.
What's
Good
up?
news. Our numbers are still going up. They've been creeping up every month.
That's amazing.
Since we've been pushing a little more for reviews and I've been making a little more effort on the social medias, I can see a return for my effort.
Yay.
So thank you everyone who's new or in the recent few months discovered us somehow, either by meeting my ugly ass at E3 and inviting you to check out our podcast, or our many other methods of getting out there. So thank you for checking us out. And of course, longtime listeners, definitely thank you to you, of course, for being here the whole time.
Heck yeah.
I don't know. We just came off a long weekend, my friend.
Yes.
Happy
a
Canada
long
Day.
weekend, then an American weekend or holiday.
Happy America Day.
Yeah.
July 4th. Happy Independence Day. It's kind of funny. We moved into our house on July 4th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
2009. So I'll never forget the date of moving in because obviously it's kind of funny. It's Independence Day, literally.
That works out all right.
There's probably a few thousand more people out there today that no longer have 10 fingers. I was watching a video of someone landing. I can't remember where. I've seen these videos before, like landing at during a nighttime flight.
Yeah.
And just filming out the window with all the fireworks. It's fucking crazy.
We did, my wife and I, a few years ago, we did July 4th at the top of the Space Needle. We did dinner up there and then watched all the fireworks. And from up there, you're just looking out across the sky at all the like crazy, copious amounts of fireworks.
Yeah, and
that
it's like
happen around
nonstop
Seattle.
for hours.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. It was pretty cool. I definitely recommend it.
It looks really cool.
Yeah. I mean,
funny how people are so... Well, it's not funny, but it's kind of cool. Makes me kind of jealous because like we have Canada Day and it's cool and all, but I don't know. As awesome as Canada is, we just don't have that same patriotism as the U.S. does, obviously. Which is funny for... Okay, I'm just... Nobody get offended here. I'm going to say something. For how patriotic Americans are, it's so funny how many problems they have. For people who love their country so much, it's weird. Isn't that weird?
different points of view.
I know. I guess very strong, opinionated views is.
It's how people think. I mean, a lot of their,
but you think how people love their country so much that they would that it would bring them to come together and get over these things.
Yeah, sometimes it has to do with the fact that they think the other people that are thinking differently than them aren't loving their country the same as they are, and it literally comes down to that sometimes. So
it's kind of weird.
Sometimes
it's the one thing that reminds me
gets complicated.
Yeah, it is complicated, and I'm talking out my ass, but it definitely makes me. Oh yeah, people are stupid. This is how zombie apocalypses go so bad.
Yep.
When I'm like, no, I can't possibly get that bad that quick, and it's like, oh yeah, no, we all hate each other and aren't willing to work together.
Pretty much, yep.
So you had the 2 holidays.
Yeah, I did. Took a little bit of an extra long weekend there. Had some days off. Didn't do anything too exciting, but
I had the super long weekend. I just had the long weekend. Yeah, we had an awesome weekend. We did a lot of stuff. It was fun. We went downtown to the waterfront with my daughter and my wife. Nice. And we walked around all the inner harbor here, and then we went into Beacon Hill Park, which is a pretty rad park. And it's like, my wife's like, I feel like we're on vacation. I'm like, I kind of do too, because we're like exploring like everywhere, and there's so much cool stuff downtown. And it's like, it just totally felt like a tourist, and it was like really fun. My daughter like loved it.
Dude, sometimes going and being a tourist in your own city, it like you said, feels completely like that, and it's great. Yeah. I mean, we did that twice so far this year, where we just like went to downtown, spent a night in a hotel, and just like wandered around and did touristy shit. And it honestly felt like a little getaway, like that we had gone on vacation overnight. It was great.
Yeah, I think we're going to do the double-decker hop on, hop off tour next time.
Oh, that's great.
And
I've actually done that before.
My daughter's in love with buses.
Sweet.
And I forget how cool like Beacon Hill Park is. It's so nice. Like I've been to, Central Park's pretty freaking cool because it's surrounded by giant towers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like crazy busy.
Right.
And like it's nice. It's trees and hills and grass and stuff. But like Beacon Hill has like all kinds of crazy gardens and like art stuff, installations and.
Right.
Like we stumbled upon a bunch of stuff that I had never seen before. I'm like, this is cool. Oh, wow. Look at this thing. And anyway.
That's awesome, man.
And it's a really good place for catching Pokemon.
The real truth comes in.
We'll get to that in our What You've Been Playing. But it was awesome. I had such a good time. My daughter loved it, and it was fun.
That's cool, man.
It was a good weekend, and then of course it was over.
We went off. Some friends of ours got a cabin up in Pemberton for the summer, so we went up there and spent a couple nights at their cabin with them. And
they're there for the whole summer, and you went and visited them.
Yeah, they're here. They're there for the whole summer, so which is cool for them. They're really enjoying it. It's like a nice kind of change of pace for them. Yeah, it was kind of bummer though. The weather kind of sucked.
Yeah, you guys all looked like you were in winter clothes almost.
Yeah, it was not warm. We went to the lake the one day, but it was kind of windy and it wasn't overly warm, so we just kind of stood around. And a couple guys actually jumped in because they're crazy. But
I saw that in the water, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
okay.
It looked so cold. Like it was actually warmer than I anticipated it to be, but. It still wasn't, in my opinion, was definitely not warm enough to be diving in there. That's for sure. So,
yeah. Okay. Well, enough BS, Dean.
Yes.
Let's move on to what you've been playing.
Oh. Have you been playing Pokemon Go, Rick?
Obviously, I've been playing Pokemon Go. I reinstalled it. I think I reinstalled it after E3.
Okay.
After playing Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Pikachu, which I still haven't talked about with our ongoing E3 Extravaganza coverage, which is peppered through our shows over the next few weeks still, because I ain't going to fish it anytime soon. Mm-hmm. But after playing that at E3 and its integration with the Pokeball controller, working with Pokemon Go and carrying over Pokemon you've caught into Pikachu Go. Let's Go Pikachu, whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna start playing Pokemon Go again.
Yeah, I don't think I've played it since. I don't have it installed on this phone, so I know when I got my new phone, I definitely know it's not on here. So
yeah, I haven't had it I played it a good few months when it first came out, and then I got a new phone and didn't reinstall it, and so it's. Hasn't changed too much. Well, actually, that's a lie. You got friends now. You can trade.
Oh, interesting.
You've got the raids. There's a buttload of new Pokemon. So that makes it interesting because actually I can go out every day and catch something I didn't have.
Again? Yeah.
They've added like little quests and rewards for doing certain stuff while you're playing, which is kind of neat.
Yep.
But it's still just flicking the screen and spinning a Pokestop for the most part. But yeah, I'm all in again.
That's funny.
Anyway, I wish I wasn't, but I am. Here we are 2 years later. This weekend special event. Don't miss out on Sunday. Apparently for like 3 hours you can get Blastoise.
All the Pokemon.
You can get a Blastoise with Hydro Pump.
Ooh.
A bunch of it's Squirtle, right? I think it's Squirtle.
Yep.
Yeah, apparently there's going to be tons of Squirtles
okay.
during this window, so obviously catch to your heart's content and get that candy and then evolve up to a Blastoise, and you'll get a special version.
Very nice.
And I don't know, I thought I saw a story somewhere saying that there was going to be Squirtle with the shades from the cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Like you've probably seen that meme or GIF of like Squirtle with like triangle shades on.
Yep.
Apparently, you'll be able to catch one with shades, but I can neither confirm or deny because I did not read up on that.
Okay, fair enough.
But speaking of good Nintendo games, because that actually isn't a Nintendo game, but I got Mario Tennis Aces.
Yeah, you lucky bastard.
We obviously thank you Nintendo for providing me with a copy of Mario Tennis Aces. I did not buy it, and it was graciously gifted to me from Nintendo. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. Still waiting for that money hat though. So it's the worst game. I mean, no, just kidding. Mario Tennis Aces.
Sweet.
If you played the beta, you played Mario Tennis Aces.
Oh, I downloaded and installed the beta, and I wanted to play it, and then it never happened.
You haven't really played it. You have played a portion of the game. Obviously, you got tournament mode. There's a story mode. Man, it's got a lot of polish. I think it's a really fun game, but there's a big but here. The but is if you're into the tournament mode and playing with it, if you have other people around. So I played with my niece on the weekend. We were playing on tabletop mode.
Okay, yeah.
But she didn't know what she was doing, so it wasn't very fun for her because, I killed her like 7 games to none, but it was fun nonetheless. And we played there's a swing mode where you like use the Wiimotes like a tennis racket.
Okay.
Which was kind of fun. Story mode, I don't know, everyone's been poo-pooing it, saying it's terrible. It's not amazing. It kind of...
I haven't heard that it's terrible. I've just heard that it
leaves a little to be desired.
Yeah.
It's just Mario going along on a 3D overworld map, similar to, all the Mario games going from point to point. And then you have random matches or like challenges, like take out all these piranha plants in, a certain amount of time, or hit these sections of this wall, or there's all kinds of different challenges, which is kind of teaching you advanced tactics at the same time. It's almost like a super training mode.
Oh, that's kind of cool. At least it's not completely like just you're not learning anything. Because that's the one thing I have heard is
it's kind of forcing you to learn stuff, actually.
Yeah, because I've heard it actually gets fairly difficult towards the end.
Oh, that's the thing. There's so many shots in this game. Types of shots, and then types of essentially attacks and special moves and super moves and blocking and, basically destroying your opponent's tennis racket when you use one of your super shots and they fail to block it, which is like boils down to timing
right
on a return of a super shot. It's more like a fighting game than a tennis game, to be honest.
I have heard that.
But it is a tennis game, though be it not a normal tennis game, because obviously some of the moves, trick shots, and special moves are just super crazy and over the top.
Right.
If you aren't familiar with it or didn't play it, basically as you rally the ball, like in any tennis game, your character builds up a meter.
Okay.
And when it's I believe it turns green.
When you fill it up?
No, when you fill it up, you can do your super shot. Your super move, special move. But I think it turns green when you get about a third energy. And that's when you can do like one of your super shots. I might be mixing up the terminology. Because you've got a little meter. And when it's full, you got your crazy super move, which is like unique to each character.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And then when you do these shots, that shot or the super shot, it actually goes into like a first person mode for the person doing it. And you get a little cursor on your screen, and you can target any point of their side of the court, right?
Oh, okay.
And
so you can really mess them up.
You can kind of guarantee that you're going to get a point, or
right.
If they use their timing or are able to return it, obviously, they can do it without receiving any damage. If they fail, they'll still return it, but their racket will take damage.
Oh, okay.
And after a few failed super shots, their racket breaks. And you can actually, like I said, you can knock out or TKO an opponent because you run out of rackets and then they just lose.
Okay. How many rackets do you generally have? Like 3?
I think you get 2.
2 per match? Or?
I've never killed someone, so I've only ever taken out one racket.
Oh, okay.
I'm not quite good enough to really take advantage of that system yet.
Come on, man. The people needs to know.
But yeah, like there's tons of depth with the types of returns and like the different shots and tweaking them and so forth. And every character is so different as well.
Right.
But I think it's fun. Like I said, I wish the story mode, adventure mode was a little bit better. It's not terrible, but it's not amazing. It's just there.
Oh, okay.
The big selling point is playing with people, though. It's a blast playing with other people.
Have you played mainly just local multiplayer? You've gotten into some like online stuff?
I haven't played any online. All my multiplayer has been local, so that's why it's been especially fun.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you can just like take a Joy-Con.
It does split, like it does.
And, like,
pardon?
You can just take a Joy-Con and hand it to somebody.
Yeah, we just split the joysticks in half and slid on the little bumpers, and obviously not the ideal way to play. Obviously, if we each had like pro controllers or other controllers, would be better. But
wait,
it's totally
Rick,
doable.
The man doesn't have 2 pro controllers?
No, I only have one because they're super overpriced, and I'm still pissed off that they don't have a headphone jack.
Yeah, they're not cheap, that's for sure.
Speaking of headphone jacks and headphones and audio, we'll talk about that in Free For All.
Okay.
I was made aware. My eyes were opened when it comes to the Switch and headsets.
Fantastic.
But we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
And then just quickly, me and the wife are still playing Detroit.
Oh, nice.
That game is pretty fantastic. I'm really liking it.
Any idea how sort of far in you are? Or any indication, I guess I should say? Like,
my PlayStation 4 is in the living room, and it's not online, so I don't know if I'm missing any kind of percentage or anything. It does like the little rundown of all the different choices within all the scenes.
I gotta ask, why isn't it online?
Because I just didn't connect it to Wi-Fi.
Man.
And
there's lazy, and then there's lazy.
And then I could plug it in too. Like, it's not like there's an Ethernet jack right there, but
jeez.
I thought my PS4 has been there way longer than I thought it was. I was like, oh, we'll just bang this off in a few nights, and it's been like 3-4 nights now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
With me going away to E3, it really screwed up our playing that. But on the weekend, we did play like a couple nights in a row, so we made some good progress.
Oh, right on.
That game's cool. I like it.
Yeah,
I haven't played many of the other Quantic Dream games as far as this one, so I can't really compare, but I'm enjoying it. Of course, it's sci-fi, right? So
yeah,
I love sci-fi. And then it's an excellent game for playing with significant other.
That's cool. Is she like helping you with the decisions and stuff like that, or
pointing stuff out, or helping me with decisions for the conversation trees and stuff?
Oh, that's cool.
Or go over here, go over there, because some of it's time sensitive, but it's not. Mm-hmm. It's not so. Some of the action scenes are QTE, where it's like it doesn't matter. The other person.
You got enough time that you can be like, "What do you think?" And they can be like, "That one." You're like, "Okay."
Yeah, for the conversation stuff, and there's been a couple of QTE events, which really other partner doesn't have to really have any input on. There's only one option, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Those are the more
don't
action-y
die or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, those are more the action-y scenes.
That's fair.
And it's gorgeous.
That's cool. You're playing on
it's a little bit of, it can sometimes be a little bit of Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, where it's like so close but not at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's more not. It's just a couple characters.
Huh, interesting.
The ones that don't quite look as good kind of remind you, oh yeah, this is a video game.
Yeah, that can happen.
Oh, and one more thing, I beat Hollow Knight.
Oh, nice. Wow.
76% completion.
You were working on that for a while.
Yeah, 27 hours.
Wow.
That does have a game clock.
Jeez.
And that's only 76%.
I mean, to be fair, 76% of like, that's pretty good for like your first playthrough.
Yeah, I was looking through after I beat it. It has like an achievement system, and then it has like beat the game in under 5 hours, beat the game under 10 hours. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? I'm like, I don't even know how that's possible. And then when you beat it, you unlock a steel. I think it's called the Steel Soul mode.
Oh, okay. Is that a hard mode or a?
Yeah, you can't. It's like what's the fucking crazy mode in Diablo called?
Insane or
no, the one where you die and that's it. Your game's done.
Oh, hardcore.
Yeah, it's like a hardcore mode, and you can't heal yourself. So,
That's
like, if you
crazy.
remember me talking about Hollow Knight last week, when you attack enemies, you collect like soul energy.
Yep.
And with that, you can focus and you can recover health.
Right.
So, like, that's a big part of the game, right? Like, it's difficult, but you can like recover your health.
Okay.
You can't recover health in this mode as well. And
how
it's
do
hardcore
you
mode.
How do you get health then? Like
Resting at benches.
Oh, okay. So when you rest at a bench, it automatically...
Yeah, you would get your life back, but between benches and boss fights and stuff, you'd have no way to recover health. That, like, one thing I will say, there's this one freaking bitch ass boss. Oh my god, I hate it when games make you fight multiple enemies of the same type as a boss.
Yep.
Like is it Dark Souls 1 or 2? One of the fucking Dark Souls games makes you fight the gargoyles on the roof.
Oh, okay. And there's like two of them or something?
Yeah, there's 2, and then there's 3, and then there's 4, depending on how quickly you take them down. And it can become a very overwhelming fight.
I really dislike it when they do that a lot.
Yeah. And that's a boss fight, so they're not pushover enemies. So
yeah, they're hard as balls.
There's a boss fight in Hollow Knight. Night. That is just like that. It starts off with one guy, and then another guy, and then another guy. And it's up to 6 guys.
Wow.
You usually are never, if you're doing well, you're usually never fighting more than 2 at a time.
Oh.
But man, it can get really difficult.
Huh.
Especially in a 2D game. You don't have another plane to escape from these guys.
Yeah, no kidding.
So it's like, that was super frustrating. I had to actually like stop and go like scour the world for like some power-ups to make my weapon stronger and do some shit. So it's like that added like another hour or 2 to my game because I just kind of hit a super hard rock wall with those guys.
Ouch, I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, it was tough. And then of course like the 3 or 4 bosses after that I beat within 1 or 2 tries at the most.
Oh wow.
Because that one was so hard. Like I beat the end boss in 2 fights.
Jeez.
And not that he was easy, but it's just one enemy is a little easier to control.
Yeah, like sort of you can get his pattern down and then you can dodge and attack or whatever. Yeah.
Anyway, it was a good game. Dope game. Tough but fair.
That's awesome.
Except for that one boss. Which is bullshit. And it's not an optional fight. You have to do it.
Ugh, that sucks.
There are some other bosses that are optional that are supposed to be pretty tough that I didn't fight.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even find. Like, the world's massive.
Interesting.
I'm pretty glad that I saved that for Switch, though.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It was worth playing on Switch?
Oh, absolutely.
Were you playing that in docked mode with the Pro Controller? Or
when it came to the end in that fight and stuff, I was playing on the TV with the Pro Controller.
Okay. I was going to ask, like, how
made a decent... it wasn't so... I was fine on the handheld mode.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of air jumping, dashing, and attacking down, which was definitely easier to do with a Pro Controller.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Because you can double jump and air dash, and you can slash, like attack down while you're in the air.
Right.
So you can kind of like bounce on enemies' heads while you're attacking down. And that was definitely easier to do with the Pro Controller.
Fair enough, man.
Anyway, that's what I've been playing, Dean. What have you been playing?
Oh, man. I've been playing a few things, actually.
I see that. A few fresh new releases.
Yeah, obviously, as you can tell there. I mean, I've been trucking along in the Division as well, trying to like cruise along in that. And I've also been chipping away at Ghost Recon Wildlands. Just because it's such a good playground. Like, it's such an awesome game to dive into. And just, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to drive around. I'm going to blow some stuff up. I'm going to attack some fools, maybe find some medals or whatever, or it's just a good game to, like I said, like a giant playground to just go have fun in. It's like perfect for that. The story never like gets in the way. It's great for that. So that's actually like, I put a bunch of time into that. And like I said, The Division, I'm hoping to dive in with some other people here and like get into some of this higher end Dark Zone and various other things. It just hasn't, me being away and whatnot, just wasn't really conducive to doing that. But that being said, it's funny with the Steam sale and also with you hooking me up there with the Total War Warhammer game a while ago. I had it installed. I just hadn't had a chance to play it yet.
That's why that was familiar. That came from my list of 1 million games.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, speaking of which, only a handful of you have taken advantage of that. So here's your opportunity again. If you have a PC and you like free video games, come check out our Discord. We don't have a short link because we're not a partner, so it's some ridiculous thing. But I've posted it on Twitter, and I'll try to remember to post a link to our Discord in the show notes. So on your podcast player, if it's a good one that can do show notes. If you check out our Discord, I've got a pinned post. I can't remember what section I put that in.
I think it's just under general.
It might be just under general. There's a huge list of games, like 130 games on PC.
And there's only like 5 or 6 that have been claimed. So
yeah, if you want one, let me know. If you listen to the show, it's a gift back to you. You're more than welcome to take one. There's some good shit in there.
Yeah, there's some really good stuff in there.
DM me on that file is editable with a list of games. Don't be a dick and delete it, but put your name next to it. They should have people's names next to the games that have been claimed. If there's something you want, put your name next to it and then DM me on the Discord, and then I'll send you the code through Discord.
Sweet. So I actually put in Total War Warhammer, got it installed.
That is not that old of a game. That came out like last year or this year, right?
You're thinking of the second one.
Oh, there's a sequel. Never mind.
Yeah. So that one came out a couple of years ago at this point. Man, I did not realize how... That game's almost like a Civ game, dude.
Yeah, it's a Total War game. What did you expect? Those games are hardcore.
I didn't realize... To be fair, this is the first Total War game I've ever played.
Yeah, I've never played one because I've been turned off by from what my understanding is, that they are hardcore, like, war sims.
Yeah.
Except for now you're playing the Warhammer version, so it's a fantasy version.
Yeah, well, so that's the thing. So I didn't realize, like, I thought there was, like, a campaign of some kind that you would choose, like, a faction, and there was a campaign, and then you would set up your armies, and you would use the tools at your disposal to pull your armies through the battle and try and hopefully win the battle. But I didn't realize that there was also a whole overworld where you're trying to conquer territories, and you're actually, like, you have turns in the overworld, and there's multiple other factions. Like, we're talking like 15 other factions. And you choose a faction that you start off at, and like the whole point of the game is to more or less like go through, and there's different, each faction obviously has kind of like campaign stuff. So you do get like missions, like go here, like try and do this thing to win this and take over this area or annihilate these guys, and so on and so forth. So there's kind of a story like campaign involved as well. But I had no idea just how much, like, we're talking, you take over a city and then you can raise the city like you can in Civ, or you can let the people go, or you can take it over, and then you can build buildings in the city and like upgrade the city to try and increase your presence, and also get other armies. And you actually, like, in between turns, you have to try and recruit more soldiers and armies and things like that to your army. Like, I had no idea that there was so much kind of Civ type game in the overworld of that game. Like, that blew me away. Like, I kind of, when I first dove into it, I was kind of being an idiot, not realizing kind of how in depth and stuff it was. And I made a couple really wrong turns and just about got wiped out right off the bat. I was like, whoa.
Is the combat's like real time sim, right?
Yeah, so that's the crazy thing.
Like a StarCraft or whatever?
Kind of. It's, you put your troops down in an area, and you put as many as you have or whatever, and they go in like a formation. And then once the battle starts, you're telling them where to go in real time and who to attack or what to attack. So that whole battle kind of goes out in real time, and you've got your different battalions, but it's unlike StarCraft or those types of games, you only have the amount of guys that you go into that battle with. Unless you have a second army close enough that they can also be like those are like reserves almost. Like, so if you get low, you can kind of pull them into that battle if the other guys are close. But the problem is your enemies can also do the same. So there's actually been times when I've attacked somebody, thought, oh man, I'm golden. Like, I'm going to like totally wipe the floor with these guys. And then I start to attack, and then they have I didn't realize that there was an army close enough that could reinforce them. And all of a sudden, like, I'm up against a huge force, and I'm like, oh, fuck. So yeah, and it's intense. There's a definitely, you got to take into consideration, like, if they have the high ground, then they're going to be able to do like more damage, and they're going to have higher defense. Like all the different, because I mean, that's the thing, right? This is based on the Warhammer, like pen and paper / like tabletop game. Yeah. So like a lot of those kind of rules are here. So like a lot of the like terrain rules and things like that can either hurt or help you. And different units are obviously stronger against other units and so on and so forth. But like that game is intense, and you can try and do there is a so essentially there's a huge overworld, very Civ-like, where you have a home base and you're trying to build sort of your empire and you're building it out. And just like in a Civ game, there's actually like you can create there's a whole diplomatic part of it too, where you can like talk to your neighbors and say like, if you don't, attack me or whatever, we should go attack these guys, or I'm going to crush you unless you want to become a vassal for me, like a vassal. So then essentially like they're kind of doing your bidding, but you don't kind of directly control them necessarily. It's kind of and then there's like these little cities around, like I said, very civilizations on the overworld.
I know someone who plays these games, and that's all they play.
Wow.
Because there's a lot going on.
Yeah. So, but the flip side is like, unlike a Civ game, when you attack, like you have an army with a general. So that's the other thing, is like you have to have a general. So you recruit a general, and then you can build an army around the general. And so if you've got your general, you get into a battle, and that's when it goes into the real-time strategy where you see the battlefield. These are your armies. You can place your armies. And you got to go from there. But I mean, it gets really intense. Like if you walk your armies too much without actually like letting them rest between, they'll actually get fatigued, and they have like, so each of your battalions and your troops have like a stamina meter attached to them. So if they've just been like attacking, like that stamina meter will get low, and then they won't be very useful to you in the battle. And like, it's intense. It's really intense. There is a thing where like if you have a huge army and that dude's got a really small one, then you can just essentially roll the dice and like, I think I'm going to win this battle, and it'll just automatically tell you like how many guys you lose and how many guys he loses, and you win, kind of a thing.
For like real big like power mishmash.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like I've got 12 troops and he has 2 troops, so I'm probably going to win this, and I don't want to like waste the time. I might as well just get it over with and move on with my life.
Simulate this game.
Yeah, exactly. Just simulate the battle and you move on from there. So that's cool that that's in there. But yeah, that game is incredibly deep. I'm playing as a vampire horde, and like there's pluses for me if
someone's yelling for not using the proper Warhammer group name.
Probably.
I know nothing. I know Warhammer's the really cool, expensive ass figurines that look really awesome, and that's my extent of knowing Warhammer.
So like each turn, I can essentially raise guys from the dead, like so I can pull armies from the dead. So if I enter an area of the living, I can actually pull more armies for free, more or less. But while I'm in the essentially an area of the living, I actually have they get a bonus against me because I'm actually on their turf. So it's, yeah, so like there's so much stuff to think about. And there's, like I said, like it's incredibly deep.
Sounds like you might have picked an advanced group.
Yeah, I don't know. It said like, under each of the ones that I was choosing, there was difficulty. There's only one that was easy. The rest of them were normal and hard. So, I mean, this one was normal. So I don't think it's too bad. Part of it is just the depth of the game. It takes some getting used to. So, I mean, you'll do a battle, you'll make your moves and everything. And then at the end, you hit end turn. And then that's when all kinds of other things happen. Enemies move and all kinds of stuff, and then it's like it's your turn again, and you got to really kind of figure out like, okay, do I want to attack? Do I want to walk away from this? Here's a cool thing where you can if you want to attack like a city or attack something like that, you can attack it and you can lay siege to it, where you don't actually attack necessarily, but if you can lay siege to that city for so many turns, you more or less just get the option to wipe it out. Like you just win.
Yeah, they've got no supplies. They've run out there.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll essentially say like this siege will end in 12 turns or 10 turns or 8 turns or whatever, which is pretty cool. And sometimes if you lay siege to a capital or something like that, they'll either surrender or they'll try and like, hey, if you don't murder all of us, we'll give you all this money, we'll become your vassals, and, we'll do this and that. And so, like, it's pretty cool. Like I said, it's just incredibly deep. Like, I'm kind of blown away with it's not only is it a little bit intimidating to get into, but it's a little bit of that Civ problem that I've had before, where I started playing this thinking like, oh, I'll jump in and I'll check it out for a little while and I'll go play, either something else or, anyways, needless to say, the next thing I knew, just one more turn had turned into like 6 hours, and I was like, oh shit, I got other things I need to do. So I'm actually a little bit scared to play that game because it makes time disappear just like a Civ game, which is kind of terrifying.
I would guess that it does.
Yeah. So I've kind of been diving into that. For whatever reason, I was in a little bit of a real-time strategy kind of mood. So I actually, not this particular Steam sale, but in a previous one, I actually picked up Halo Wars Definitive Edition for PC. The first one, not the second one.
Yeah,
because it was like,
I'm like, I have the second one.
It was like $5, I think.
That was $4. That's last year I played that one.
Yeah, Halo Wars 2 came out last year for PC.
I talked about it on the podcast. Yeah, I was playing it on the Xbox One and the PC.
Yeah, as a crossplay. So
I liked it.
It's fun. It's simple. Like, it's definitely a little more simplistic.
It must seem like baby's strategy game after coming off a Total War.
Yeah, it was a little crazy. But at the same time, because there's the whole base building aspect of it that you don't really have in Total War, like, you have it, but it's a very different thing in Total War. Like, you're building your base, and
I like that in the second one.
Yeah.
And of course, the voice acting and the cutscenes and stuff were pretty well done as well. I'm not gonna lie, the cutscenes in those games are really good.
It's fun. It's a little bit watered down because you can definitely tell like they were trying to make
it's a console. It's an RPG
console.
built for a console.
Yeah, real-time strategy game built for a console. So like your base, for example, RPG.
Yeah.
So like your base, for example, when you first start it, you only have so many expansion slots, and then once you increase the size of your base, it opens up more expansion slots, and then you can increase it again, which then opens up some more expansion slots. So unlike a regular RTS where you can kind of build your base all willy-nilly and they go wherever you want, this is a little bit more, like I said, more designed for like a controller so that you could just select the expansion slot and say, I want to build this here or that there. Which, with a mouse and keyboard isn't really a big deal. It works. It's fun to see like the Halo world kind of coming to life and, getting your Master Chief and your Spartans and everybody all running around and like that. It's all pretty fun. It's like I said, I bought it for so cheap and it's just it was like, I just was in the mood to play some Halo Wars. So I was like, or some like real-time strategy game.
It's a good franchise.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun.
I got a sequel.
So, and then when I was away, because I was going away, I realized that I had Dragon Crown that was originally came out on the PS3.
It came out at the same time.
Yeah, and it also came out on the Vita.
Yeah, it was cross-play between the two, I believe, even, or cross-save at least.
Yeah, it's cross-save. But they re-released it recently with like a 4K update for the PS4.
Yes.
So I was a little bummed out that because I owned the original, I didn't just sort of automatically get that remastered version.
Oh, did you own it on PS3?
Yeah.
I don't think I owned it on PS3. I think I only... Because it wasn't cross-buy, though, was it?
See, that's the crazy thing. I bought it on PS3... but I downloaded a Vita version of it. Now,
I think it was a PlayStation Plus game.
That might be the case here
at some point, but I can't remember.
That might be how this happened then, because like I remembered that I did buy it for PS3 because that's what it came out on, and because you and I both bought it, we even played a little bit of co-op back in the day.
Maybe it was cross-buy, but.
I didn't think it was. If it might have been if you bought the digital version, but I definitely did not buy the digital version. I've got the physical copy. Anyways, it's neither here nor there. It's like a 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up / RPG game. You start at level 1. When you start at level 1, you go through sort of dungeons, attacking enemies, and like I said, it's kind of looks like something. Oh man, like it's got a really funky visual aesthetic that is. I really like the the art style.
Dragons.
Yeah, I really dig the art style.
Hand drawn,
minus a few
exaggerated characters.
Yes,
the females are very busty and showing a lot of skin. Also
have massive legs and thighs, and I'm playing as the like barbarian chick or whatever. And
yeah.
It's the art style, I will say, is not for everybody. I love the art style, but I can understand if you're like, that's messed up.
So what made you play that?
I was going away on a trip.
Oh, because you put it on the Vita.
And I was like, man, I haven't touched my Vita in a while. And I kind of, like, I was thinking about the stuff that I had on my Switch, which is all great stuff, but I just wasn't, at the time, I kind of wasn't in the mood for any of it. You ever get in that where you're like, oh, I've got this and I've got that. Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's all great, but I don't really feel like playing any of that. I don't know. I kind of felt like playing some Dragon Crown, so I threw it in there, and
it's a cool game. I played a decent amount of it. I don't think I ever actually beat it, though.
From what I understand, it's a pretty big game. It gets, the difficulty kind of ramps up in that game that I kind of forgot about.
Yeah, it did get tough. Like some of the bosses.
I'm playing like solo and definitely trying to pull in kind of as many of the like helper
3-player
bots.
Co-op or 4-player co-op?
4-player.
Yeah, that's probably why the difficulty ramped up, because they really wanted you to play with other people.
Yeah, so, but that game is a lot of fun. It's held up well. Like it's fun to play. It looks beautiful on the Vita. It runs really well on the Vita. Yeah, no, it's if you got that game and you're interested in kind of like I said, it's like a side-scrolling beat 'em up RPG where you get loot and
yeah. See, if that thing was on the Xbox, it would be back compatible on the Xbox One X, and that's what kind of irks me with some of these games I own on PS3. It's like if I want to play them again, I could just whip out the PS3, which is lame. But like, I'd love to be able to play them on my PS4 without having to rebuy them, but. That ain't gonna happen.
Fair enough.
That's a pretty odd, like playing Red Dead on the freaking Xbox One X. That's so awesome getting to crack those old games out for nothing.
It is definitely nice. Like I said, it worked out well. I just kind of felt like playing that type of game, and it worked out really well. So, and that game's a lot of fun.
It's a good
dropped
game.
4 or 5 hours into it easy. The one thing I gotta say that's super nice about it is it's awesome that you can jump in, play a dungeon, and it's only probably going to be maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you can jump out. So like, it is a really awesome portable game for that. Like, I was really impressed with how good that part of it worked. Cause you jump in, you play a little bit, and then you jump out. Or in this case, you put your Vita to like snooze or whatever, and you're off to the races. Like, it's great. It's a really, really wicked portable version. I don't know if the remake that they just released is out on Switch or not, but if it is,
I don't think so.
That would be really awesome.
That's PS4 exclusive, I'm pretty sure.
That's too bad, because that would be really awesome.
Dragon's Crown Pro. Yeah, it just came out on PS4.
Yeah.
PlayStation, Vita, PS3, PS4. Yeah, it's Atlas. Speaking of Atlas, I'm kind of surprised they haven't announced Persona 5 for Switch yet.
Yeah?
That was a prediction I did not get right from E3.
Fair enough.
Anyway, move along. Let's get into some news. What do you say?
Think that's a good idea.
Time for some news. So, on the weekend, and I wasn't aware of this because I was at home crying when this happened because of the World Cup.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty sad for you.
On Saturday, apparently, Fortnite had like some in-game event.
Okay.
Like, there was this rocket launch, and players... I guess it just happened across all the games during this time period is how this happened. So I guess it was everyone per server that witnessed this event. There's a rocket somewhere on the map, and there was a rocket launch that happened on, I want to say, Saturday.
Okay.
Anyway, so people were like witnessing this event together and not fighting.
Interesting.
And so a lot of people built these big ramps to get up high to, view the rocket launch. Anyway, this one douchebag, and he's not a douchebag, I think he's awesome, decided that he would, he took out the ramp apparently that the majority of players were standing on, and hence set like the solo player kill record for most kills by a solo player.
Wow.
Because something like, I think it was 48 people fell off the ramp and all died. So he's credited with a 48 KD or something stupid like that by a solo player.
That's crazy.
Bunch of people were pissed off. Bunch of people were just like, whatever.
Right.
I think that's pretty freaking awesome. And apparently, like, he's, whoever it was, or the account that it was on, he was, like, terrible. He's, like, a 0.04 KD or something. Like, not.
He just saw an awesome opportunity and went for it.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just like, wait a minute. I can mess up all these people. Fantastic.
Speaking of which, the rocket launch, there's a big crack that has appeared in the sky in Fortnite. And,
right. I was curious about that, yeah.
The community is going crazy trying to figure out what's happening. Obviously, it's something to do with Season 5. The map is probably going to change again. And in what way, no one knows. We will We will find out soon because I think that starts like within a week or two. Or any day now even. It could be even less than that. I think season 4 is wrapping up. But that's kind of cool. That's funny.
That's wicked.
I don't know if I wanted to talk about this. Do we want to talk about this?
I mean, I think it's kind of a good idea. I guess we probably should. We've talked a lot about stupid loot boxes and the rest of it. FIFA 19 is going to disclose the odds on Ultimate Team Packs. So, if you guys remember, we've bitched about loot boxes. The industry seems to kind of taken a step back from loot boxes, and one of the lesser highlighted and I think worst games to commit the loot box crimes for like a long time now, even before Battlefront, has been the FIFA, the NHL, and the Madden games. And I brought that up a few times, saying like, well, FIFA's like terrible, and like no one's bitching about that because it's not our crowd. Right.
So I guess with all the backlash has been spreading from the loot box stuff, EA Sports Vice President and Chairman, what's COO?
Chief Operating Officer.
That's it. Daryl Holt told Eurogamer that they were going to disclose the pack odds.
That's awesome.
So that's cool, but that means they're not really changing anything. They're just going to tell you how badly they're ripping you off.
Yeah.
And speaking of FIFA,
the crazy thing I will say though is like there's a few games that I've played that give you the odds of stuff like that, and I'm always absolutely blown away at how absolutely horrendous the odds are for some terrible. Of their good shit. Like we're talking like 0.05% to get the ultra rare item or whatever. You're like, wow.
See, that's in Fire Emblem on mobile.
Mm-hmm.
They have events where it's like 8% odds, which I think are probably like super like gracious. Like
that's
like,
very
those are
nice.
Not terrible odds.
Those are not bad.
Normally
at all.
they have around 3 and 3.5%.
Or 1.
But yeah, what is it? Like, I don't know what's going on with the marketplace on PUBG, but I think some of the hardest to get items in PUBG are like 0.000 something percent.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Which is almost like odds of winning the lottery.
Yeah, especially with the amount of people playing friggin' PUBG.
That's freaking stupid. That's like criminal.
I mean, I guess as long as you're not hoping for that, you're just like, no, well, if I get one, I get one.
But at the same time,
fine.
if it's something you want, it's criminal.
Oh, yeah.
Odds of getting it are so freaking bad. Just let me buy it for $10 or $20.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep.
God damn it. Anyway, screw FIFA. It's their fault that we're out of the World Cup anyway. They went and put fucking Ronaldo in the Portugal jersey on the World Cup edition of the game. I didn't say anything to anyone, but I knew as soon as I saw him on the cover of the World Cup version in the Portugal jersey, I'm like, sweet, you just gave Ronaldo the EA curse, you fuckers. I hope your paycheck was worth it, Ronaldo. Like, had he not heard of the EA curse? Like, what the hell?
I guess if you believe in that type of thing.
Man, the EA curse is real. It's ruined so many a career and team.
All right.
Let me blame it on something.
Okay,
it had nothing
fair
to
enough.
do with the fact that they played like crap.
I was going to say not the fact that he didn't show up in that last game at all.
Yeah, he was too busy taking photos for cover art.
I mean, he definitely like showed up in the first game and destroyed house, but yeah.
Anyway. At least we got Brazil in there still. Portugal number 2.
Yeah, because they're the person you want winning right now with their shenanigans. Good Lord. Anyways, don't even get me started on this. This is ridiculous. Moving on. Funko
reveals a Mega Man, Cuphead, Jason Voorhees breakfast cereals. Actually, there's even more. There's like Golem. There's Lord of the Rings cereal. What the hell?
What?
Yeah, Funko has a line of breakfast cereal.
Basically, it's got to be in the U.S.
Yes, they're Funkos. It's the Funko cereal, but
for whatever Funkos.
They're just look like funny Cheerios with different colors, and they've managed to brand them with different franchises here.
Mega Man Funkios will be available at GameStop. Cuphead and Mugman Funkos will be available at Hot Topic. Freddy Funkos will be available through Funko. Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger Funkos and Friday the 13th Jason Funkos will be available at FYE. And the Lord of the Rings Funkos featuring Gollum will be available at Box Lunch.
And then there's a bunch of other ones that will be coming out later on in the year. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's in America, not here.
It also includes a Funko Pop figurine.
Yeah. That's the cool thing.
I
already have Cuphead Funkos, but Cuphead cereal's cool. I'd buy it if it was here.
The Mega Man one looks kind of awesome.
I'd buy Mega Man cereal if it was here, but
yeah.
Oh, when does it say this comes out? July. Dude, guess who's going to GameStop?
My wife?
No. Oh yeah, your wife. You bastard. I'm going to Disneyland next month. I'll just have to take a detour. Actually, I don't think there's any GameStops near Disneyland. God damn it. Maybe your wife needs to buy a couple extra boxes. Hint, hint. Get me some.
I feel kind of bad. She did get me a Super Nintendo Classic.
But she won't have to wait in line for cereal.
No, she shouldn't. Of course, my luck, they won't have it. She'll drive all the way out there. Because, to be fair, the GameStop isn't in her wheelhouse necessarily. But anyways.
Speaking of August, Shenmue and Shenmue 2 re-releases have been announced for coming out in August 21st.
PlayStation you think this 4, is going to hurt the third one?
PlayStation 4, Windows PC, and Xbox One.
People are going to play these ones and they're going to go, shit. Should we really buy the third one?
Well, the third one doesn't come out until next year, and it's going to be a current gen game. So
current gen.
I actually went and read Shenmue isn't beloved by me, and you kind of brought it up a little bit. You kind of defended it a bit, and at the time period when it came out, the stuff that it was doing.
Yeah, I just like I said, I don't think it's a game that holds up well now. That's the thing. I think at the time it was groundbreaking and incredible, but it's not one of those games that holds up now. Is kind of a bummer. And
the thing is if we didn't have Shenmue, we probably wouldn't have Yakuza. And Yakuza's awesome.
Yep.
Let alone maybe some other franchises and other influence that the Shenmue series had on game developers from that period. So, people are excited. I'll check out the third one. I probably will not touch the re-releases. I'm pretty sure I have Shenmue and Shenmue 2 in the other room. Or at least I know I have Shenmue on Dreamcast original.
Fair enough, man.
In my back storage room. I meant to talk about this while we were talking about Fortnite. More Fortnite. Apparently,
have you been playing
Playground,
Fortnite again?
What's that?
I said, have you been playing Fortnite again?
No, I haven't been playing Fortnite, but there's a new mode called Playground that last week was supposed to come out, and then it got delayed because I guess it was borked.
Interesting.
And it's back now. Basically, it's like a consequence-free mode to allow players to practice crafting, try weapons, and play around. It's got respawns.
Interesting.
And I believe it lasts for an hour. And then eventually it does close down to a circuit where it will force a winner, I believe.
Okay.
I think. I could be wrong about that. But it's definitely here, there's really no consequences for dying. Learn how to build, learn how these guns play. It's almost kind of like a practice mode.
Right.
So that just came out. How long it's going to last, I have no idea.
Interesting.
That may be fun to play around with that. Moving along. Anime Expo is going on right now as we speak. There's been some anime games that have been announced. I don't have the stories in front of me, nor do I really care that much. But the news I do care about that came out today from Anime Expo was that Castlevania Season 2 is coming in October.
I'm so excited about this.
October 26th, to be exact.
So excited. So excited.
Yeah. So Season 2, because Season 1 was like 4 episodes and left off on a huge cliffhanger. And I was like, damn, this shit's getting good. Oh, it's over.
I know. So brutal.
On an unrelated note, you know what I really, really freaking hate?
What's that?
This is going to have nothing to do with what I was just talking about. I hate online retailers mixing in their results with bullshit third-party sellers. Like, everyone does it now. Like, Walmart does it, Best Buy does it. Like, I'm trying to find stuff, and it's like, why is this double the retail price? It's like, oh, in the small print, you see it's some asshole reseller.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
that's just BS, man.
At least I feel like with Best Buy, I feel like they do a little bit better job of like showing you right off the bat, like, hey, this is
it's an extra click to filter that crap out. I just don't want to see it. Maybe there's a site-wide setting so it doesn't show it, but
there is a thing that you can click on to filter out only sold through Best Buy.
Yeah, but it's an extra bloody click. I'm never going to buy shit from your third-party sellers. Just stop.
I mean,
stop.
I buy as long as the third-party seller has the right price and free shipping, chances are I'll buy it if it's on Amazon.
I've never seen that before.
Really? I have, absolutely. Okay. And in fact, I've bought multiple things through third-party sellers on Amazon.
On Amazon I have, but on Best Buy, and especially Walmart. I don't know. You don't go to Walmart. You're not a Walmart person, but
no, not at all.
Walmart.ca. I'm looking at Transformers and it's like $100 for a $15. What's going on? Oh,
that seems wrong.
It's a freaking reseller. And then on Walmart, it's like 2 clicks to filter out all the bullshit sellers. It's like, what is going on? Anyway, I hate it. Stupid.
Fair enough, man.
Stupid.
You done?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay.
Back on the track. Kicking over to Nintendo news. Hollow Knight has sold over 250,000 copies on Switch. And actually, as we sat down to talk about this, I saw a story somewhere else that they sold like 1 million copies on PC.
Wow.
Yeah. I think
that's pretty impressive.
For about a year now on BZ.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit longer.
I thought it came out last fall.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let the internet will tell. No, it's been a year. February 24th, 2017.
There you go.
So just over a year.
Wow.
Well, not just over, but a little over. Mac OS and Linux. February. It's on Mac. Wow, I could have played it on my MacBook.
Yeah, but why would you want to?
No. Man, great game. That's not surprising. I bet you they're going to sell more than 1 million copies on the Switch eventually. It's top of the eShop charts right now.
That's awesome. Good for those guys.
Oh yeah, they must be super happy. Where are we now? I'm clicking through stuff. I got lost. Mario Tennis Aces is getting Diddy Kong and Birdo later this year. I believe this was I want to say this was a Treehouse announcement. It might have happened after. No, it must have been. I guess it was after E3.
Okay.
Diddy Kong, Birdo, and Koopa Troopa will swing into action this fall as free playable characters in Mario Tennis Aces.
Interesting. Some free DLC.
Yeah. Some people were complaining about some features and settings in the game. I bet you there'll be some patches that add some of the stuff that people are upset about. Nintendo's been kind of good with that stuff lately.
Yeah, they're definitely getting... They do a bunch of stuff that I like, and then they turn around and slap me in the face.
Yeah. And then I put a link here that doesn't have a link. God damn it.
Good job.
Japan's getting some cool new 2DS consoles. Cool in quotation marks.
I'm vehemently against the 2DS console.
Yeah, it was a Mario Kart themed one, an Animal Crossing themed one, and I can't remember the other one because I don't have the freaking
link in front of you.
Link in here. but I'm sure if I type some words into Google, the answer will come up. And here's the story that should have been linked. A Minecraft one.
Oh, of course.
No word on whether these are coming to...
that would explain the whole bromance between the Microsoft and Nintendo with the Minecraft stuff.
Yeah,
recently.
I think Minecraft's been doing pretty well on the Nintendo platforms. I know we hate against the 2DS, and because everything that's on 3DS /2DS should be on
in 3D. Yes.
Oh, and should be on the Switch. Is more important. There's something like 70 million freaking 3DSs.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of them.
Not 80 million. So that's why they still freaking keep...
I know why they keep doing it.
It's kind of funny. I'm typing in Google here. Life. What do you think the first autofill from Google is when you type in life?
I don't know.
Life expectancy in Japan.
Weird.
Is that just because I searched for 2DS in Japan?
Maybe.
It's kind of funny.
That's hilarious.
Lifetime sales 3DS consoles. I just wanted to... I know it's in above 60 million for sure.
Oh yeah, they've sold a ton of those things.
And as much as we freaking hate it, that's why the goddamn stupid system is still chugging along with all these special editions and shit, man.
Yeah, they just can't leave well enough alone. They gotta keep dropping them out, keep coming back for more.
Well, it's gonna die eventually. I can't find it, and I don't care. I give
Fair enough.
That's about it for news. It's been a light news week. It's a holiday week in the US. I did get a bunch
of post E3. Things are always a little light after the E3.
Things are going to start kicking up here in a bit. I don't think I really have any. I have a lot of press releases, but it's all known stuff or stuff no one cares about.
Yeah.
AKA junk mail. I guess we can get into some public service announcements.
What do we got?
PlayStation Store is having a mid-year sale.
Oh, I was looking at this, yes.
750 plus games on sale.
Woo.
There's a lot of really good games on sale. Really inexpensive.
I was debating if I should pick up Dragon Quest Builders for my wife. I'm not sure. There's a part of me that thinks she would really like it, and there's a part of me that's not sure if she wouldn't be able to do it with, because I know you do have to use the camera in that game. And I don't know if...
The 3D camera?
Yeah, isn't there a 3D camera?
Yeah, it's kind of Diablo-ish. Well, no, actually, I think you can get pretty low to the ground. It's not very hard. The combat isn't too difficult.
I know.
How much is it?
I was hoping
$25?
No, it's still I think $39 American. Last I checked, it was a full $80 still.
So it's on sale for $35.99, down from $59.
Right.
I don't think that's the cheapest I've seen that game.
Yeah, I don't know if it is either for me.
I think I've seen it retail physical for $20.
Yeah, I might check around actually. It was something that my wife
I'd say that might be a little rich.
Yeah, I know.
Just buy her Stardew Valley on Switch so you can get your TV back.
She stopped playing Stardew Valley a while ago, dude. She's been playing Diablo 3 since I bought her Diablo 3 last year at her birthday.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's gotten 4 characters all the way to level 70, as well as managed to get 1 character all the way to level 70 and beat the game with a hardcore character. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of hours at this point into that game. She's probably played that game almost more than Stardew Valley.
Jesus.
Yeah. But I just know she is kind of she still plays it and she still really likes it, but I just feel like she might be starting to go to the end of she's done this. Like, she knows that game so freaking well at this point. It's ridiculous. The only thing I don't think she has done is gone to the bovine, like the cow levels and stuff. I don't know. To be fair, I haven't done it in Diablo 3 either. I did it in Diablo 2 a bunch, but so I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to her about some of that stuff. But
where are we? So yeah, check out the sale. There's some dope ass games for sale.
Yeah.
Only problem is I think I paid full price for most of them. Twitch is offering 21 free games to Prime members this month.
Yeah, I logged in and got my first 5 or whatever it is.
Make sure you link your freaking accounts, friends. Basically, they're adding a couple games per day up to Prime Day or something. And then there's some that are for the whole month, and then there's some that are cycling out. So you've got to claim them within the week.
Which literally means you got to log on,
just
click
go
on
to your
the claim
Twitch
button,
page,
and that's that.
Yeah. Your Prime little crown icon in the corner and click claim.
Yeah.
And if you want to play them, you just have to install them through the Twitch app itself. There's some quality titles.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Twitch
Battle
wins.
Chef Brigade was,
yeah, that's like that came out this year.
Yep. Yeah.
I think a couple of these came out this year. Didn't Tacoma come out this year? No, maybe that was fall last year.
Might have been, I think it's fall last year.
Metal Slug 3. That's old, but that's an awesome game.
Oh, game is
Pillars
so
of Eternity Definitive Edition. Yeah, anyway, just a mental note reminder. If you've got Twitch Prime, make sure to grab these before they're gone.
Heck yeah.
And then speaking of other public service announcements, it's official. You've probably noticed if you've seen either of our social media feeds. I don't know. Did I? Maybe I didn't post anything on social media. We did in our Discord, and there's like 2 people there. So for everyone else who doesn't go to our Discord, we're going to PAX.
Heck yeah.
We got our media badges approved. Whoop, whoop. We got our hotels booked, and yeah, we're going to be at PAX again for, man.
So we're giving you guys a heads up early. If you want to meet up or whatever, let us know if you're going to be there.
Yeah, down to hang out.
Always down
during
to hang
the show,
out.
after the show.
Exactly.
If you're really cool, sneak you into some backdoor appointments for some cash. I mean, what? Nothing?
Shh, dude, not on the podcast.
Shh, on the download. No, just kidding. That wouldn't happen. There's not as many crazy behind-the-scenes appointments at PAX. There is and there isn't.
Fair
I
enough.
love PAX, though. PAX is so
It's
much
great.
fun.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. Man, it feels like it's so far away, and we're going to be back here, and it's like, and that was PAX.
I know. Sneaks up on me so fast every year.
Yeah. So, free-for-all section. Free-for-all. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
What you got?
If you remember last week or the week before, I was bitching about the Switch. And I'm going to still bitch about the Switch because this is just kind of like a temp fix.
Right.
Because they don't have Bluetooth audio, which they should have. Seems like a no-brainer. It's goddamn.
The device itself has the capability.
Yeah, makes no sense.
Hey, man, it works for Fortnite.
I was complaining about how when you play it in docked mode, being next to my daughter's room, I got to have the sound through the TV.
Right.
I could put a headphone cord. I don't have a long enough one, mind you, from the console to where I'm sitting.
Right.
And use
Okay.
any headset, right? But that's dumb. Nelson kindly made me aware of, and you know what? When we talked about firmware 4.0 on the Switch a few months ago, and this was one of the features of it, so I'm an idiot for forgetting because I'm sure we talked about it. That the Switch added USB support, and then newer firmware updates since then, they've added even more support.
Okay.
He sent me a link, which I think I deleted it.
Oh, man.
GameSpot did a list of all the sites that work with the Switch.
All the headsets and devices.
Yeah, all the USB audio headsets that work with the Switch.
Oh, that's cool.
My Logitech, the G933s, the Artemis work.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Which aren't the ones I use, though. I use my PlayStation Elite, the Platinum headset with it. And they work great. You just plug in the USB and boom, there you go.
Man, you know what really sucks is that when I moved, I don't know what happened to my USB dongle to connect my gold headset to my PS4 wirelessly.
Oh, you lost it?
I don't know what happened to it in the move. It's bizarre.
It's just in a corner somewhere.
Yeah, or in a box at the bottom of a drawer. Like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, I mean, it's fine because I've been using just like plugging them in to the bottom of my headset or to the bottom of my controller.
What I love about the Xbox and the PS4. Just plug any freaking headset, like 1980s freaking headset in the bottom of your controller and it freaking works. What's so hard about that, Nintendo? You yahoozles.
Ugh. It's really weird too because I swear that the actual Shield tablet has a headphone jack.
Well, the console has a headphone jack, but it doesn't help you when it's in dock, right?
Yeah. Just put one in the bottom of your Pro controller. Would have saved everybody.
Yeah. It makes me wonder about their whole Bluetooth functionality. Anyway.
Yeah.
I have been delving into the wonderful world of smart home automation.
Oh, boy.
Some of you are aware of... I talked about my video doorbell, right?
Well, you had... So let's start back. So you started off with like an Alexa, right?
Yeah.
And then you took it back and you got... Right, and then you got the Google Home because you're all in on the Google stuff, right?
Yeah, because I got Chromecast and Chromecast audios and multi-room audio and all that stuff. Works fantastic.
Right, and now you have a video doorbell.
And I added a video doorbell about a month or two ago.
Okay.
But what I've actually gone and done now is I went and bought a Wink Hub, the Wink Hub 2.
Okay.
Now, there's a couple products on the market. There's a bunch of weird no-name ones from Asian origins. And then there's some more, brand recognized ones. Samsung makes one. It's called the Samsung Smart Things Hub.
Right.
And then another of the higher end ones is the Wink Hub 2. So I'd probably say the Samsung and the Wink Hub are probably the most commonly known ones.
Right.
So what they are is they're a hub/controller for smart home products. So, you get a video doorbell. It's one fucking app. You get the indoor cameras. That's a different app. You get the locking door knobs or door locks. That's another app. You get the garage door opener. That's another app.
Okay.
These hubs are compatible across multiple platforms because I assume these things all use different APIs and kind of bring it all together into one app.
Interesting.
So that's where the Wink Hub and the Samsung Smart Things are pretty popular because they're obviously the most polished of these solutions.
Right.
Because the last thing you want to do is when you're doing here's my doorbell app, here's my garage door app, here's my front door lock app, here's 50 different apps. It's kind of annoying, right?
I guess that's why people buy all their smart home things so that they're all compatible with the same stuff.
Well, that's it. You can go the route of buying particular brands, which is not cheap because they're expensive.
No.
Like if you go the Ring route.
Because I guess it would be like in your case, it'd be like what the heck's it called? There's like the thermostat, the Nest.
Yeah, like
and then you can
Nest
also get
doorbell,
the Nest doorbell,
thermostat, the Nest cameras. Yeah,
essentially you could do all of that.
Yeah,
and doesn't that all tie into like your?
And they'll all have one unified app, of course.
Right.
Or actually, I don't think some of them don't even have unified apps still.
Wow.
But
that seems
anyway,
like
that's the other thing. If you do that, then you're locked into one brand, right?
Right.
These hubs, the Wink Hub has like tons of compatibility. Everything we named works with it. It works with Alexa. It works with Google Home integration.
Right.
The cool thing with these hubs that's a little more advanced than some of these platforms do support it is you can create like, you can always do if this then that stuff on the net, like scripting.
Right.
But these apps have their own built-in stuff. So, like, for example, with this hub I have, with a particular brand of motion detector that I have access to, I can, just to give you an example of some basic scripting I can do. Right. I can install a wireless motion detector in my garage, right? So that when I come home and it detects motion, it unlocks the garage door, like the inside garage door, and turns on the laundry room light. You know, for like just a basic.
That's pretty cool.
That's a basic example of some of the type of automation. You can do some really, really trick stuff. You know, we could always program lights, you know, on a timer for your house to make it look like your home. The advanced version with a hub or any of these smart light products now is, well, you can do it over the internet. Hey, you're on the vacation. You forgot to put the timer on. Well, hey, I'm on the internet and I got smart lights and I have a smart home. I'm in Disneyland. Well, here's the front door lights are on, the indoor lights are on, so it looks like someone's inside the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my motion detector is tied into my alarm system, so if my alarm goes off, I know while I'm on the road. Anyway,
and all somebody has to do is hack one thing, and they have access to all of it.
Yeah, because it's that easy, and hackers want to get me. But either way, anyway, I've been delving in this world. I've been wiring my security system. I pre-wired the home for my security system, so I've been getting the motions and the door contacts and all this stuff installed. So I got the garage door up and running, which is cool. That's really cool through an app. Because I always drive away from home sometimes, and I'm like, oh man, did I close the freaking garage door? I just had brain farts, and I've driven away and not closed the garage door.
Right.
It doesn't really matter too much because I always lock the indoor, like the inside garage door to the inside of the house. That's a habit that I usually never, forget to do.
Yeah.
But sometimes I brain fart and don't close the garage door. Anyway, right now, one of the first things, I got the garage door up and running so I can see over the internet whether my garage door is open or closed. It actually even shows you a log of who's opened and closed it.
Ooh. Fancy.
If you really want to spy on your family members.
That's
what were you doing home at 12 o'clock? Really, the only person who ever does that is me for lunch. But anyway. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like this crazy world. So I will keep you updated on this as we go along.
Yeah, cool.
You saw Jurassic World.
Yeah, I did.
And?
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Bad. I heard it wasn't bad.
No, it's like the one thing I will say, like I saw the previews. I saw multiple previews, and I think that the previews honestly did a really bad job.
No, the trailers looked terrible.
Yeah, the trailers were so bad, they almost made me not go see it.
No, I didn't. I had no desire to watch this movie because the trailers are so bad.
Yeah, let's just say that the trailers are what the subject matter in the trailers are, not to get into spoiler territory, but just for anybody that has seen the trailers and thought the same thing that I was thinking, which was wow, way to well, that's the whole movie and that looks really fucking stupid. This stuff in the trailers only deals with about maybe 20% of the movie. There's a lot more movie there that has nothing. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say has nothing to do, but is not to do with the stuff that you saw in the trailers.
Yeah.
This one had they actually brought in a horror director to direct this movie.
So it's got some of that Jurassic Park 1 vibe going on.
Much closer for sure. A lot of tighter shots. A lot of there's some stuff that was a lot creepier, and they did not big jump scares or anything, but just definitely a little bit more of a darker vibe. I personally appreciated it a lot more. It definitely felt more Jurassic Park, like you said, kind of a lot more a similar vibe to that first movie. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. It had some issues, but overall, I think it's worth seeing in the theater. We went and saw it in AVX, so get that 4K action going on with the 7.1 and all that, which was pretty awesome. I talked to a buddy of mine. He went and saw it in D-Box, and he said it was the first time he's ever had to turn the the D-box seats down because it was just so much vibration and it was just like getting thrown all over the place in the chair, which was kind of awesome. Yeah, exactly. So that was kind of cool. I don't want to talk too much more about it because like there is some pretty big spoilers in it that are fairly easy to kind of come across. But I'm not sure how I felt about the way they ended it. That's kind of all I'll say about that. Like, not necessarily a good or a bad thing. I'm just not really sure if I like how I felt about it, I guess. Which is kind of interesting. So, but no, I liked it. I thought seeing is like what I walked into it expecting from the like based on the trailers. I was like, oh boy, I don't know how this is gonna go. But after talking to some people, and they were like, oh no, man, like, don't let the trailers turn you off. Like, it's a lot better than the trailers would have you believe. Like, those trailers were really bad. There's a lot more sort of movie there and a lot more story and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm glad I did. It was an enjoyable experience of, jumping around in Jurassic World. So
yeah, it was me and my wife are going for our... She doesn't listen to podcasts, so if I got it wrong, it doesn't really matter. I think it's our seventh wedding anniversary.
Okay.
Next weekend.
You have to be married longer than that.
We've been together way longer than that.
Really?
Yeah, because when our daughter was born, we went to Disneyland for our 5th, and that was 2 years ago. So
okay. I was gonna say because I will have been married for
I got married
5 years. I will have been married for 5 years this September.
Yeah, 2011 is when I got married.
All right, fair enough.
So, yeah. Oh, I didn't. I just do the simple math. I was doing some ass backwardness in my brain. We were thinking about watching a movie, and it was either that or Ant-Man's going to be open, so I think we're going to actually go watch Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I'm hearing that's good
next weekend.
Yeah,
so
nice.
You got some time to watch that.
Yeah.
For my last thing of the free for all, before we get into some of my continued E3 hands-on impressions, part 333.
Nice.
I bought a couple pairs of Marvel Vans.
Okay.
Have you seen these?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I like the Spider-Man ones.
What's that?
I said I like the Spider-Man ones.
Was there Spider-Man ones?
Yeah.
Those might have been old ones. I don't know if those are a part of the new series.
I don't know.
Anyway, I bought a couple pairs of...
Did you get the X-Men ones?
The X-Men ones. I got the Deadpool ones.
Oh, those ones are sweet too.
And I got the Black Panther ones.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. They are pretty cool. They're a little warm for summer because they're high tops, but hey, they look freaking rad. I don't think I've ever been complimented on shoes so much in my life. I went to a birthday party and I was wearing the Black Panther ones.
Yeah.
And they're Spider-Man ones. Yeah, the Spider-Man ones are kids. So they look kind of funky. What's that?
It's interesting because they make high tops and low top ones as well.
Yeah, they've got like Black.
I don't know about in adult sizes is the only thing I don't know about, but
yeah, Captain Marvel. There's Avengers ones. There's a bunch of.
Those are pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I think if I have too much more nerdy shit, my wife will like friggin'
Yeah, I was wearing my the Black Panther ones, and my family was trying to steal them. And my friends at the party really liked them.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah. So anyway, they're pretty cool. They're fun.
Yeah.
I didn't spend a lot of money when we went to E3, so that was my gift to myself when I came back.
Fair enough.
Plus, they're really cool. So if anyone was thinking about copping some of those, I don't know. They might be starting to run out of sizes now. I don't know how they do there. If they're truly limited. I think they are, because the Nintendo shoes are gone.
Yeah, those were
the
quick.
NES ones that I got. Mm-hmm. I like those ones as well.
Those ones are sweet.
Yeah, so that's it. I got those. They're cool. So E3 hands-on impressions, part 3. I'm going to go over 6 games quickly.
Okay.
Some of them I have more to talk about than others.
Fair enough. You play a lot of games. You get some thoughts.
Actually, all of these games I played at the Xbox event we were invited to after hours.
I mean, I almost feel like we could. Do we need to talk about this one? It's out now.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Speaking of Jurassic World Evolution, which you went and saw, is Evolution? Is it the movie or is it something else?
Well, this game is completely different.
Yeah, what's the movie? The movie though, it's Jurassic something, right?
Jurassic World Dark Kingdom.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Fallen Kingdom. Sorry, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Really? That's weird.
Yep.
Anyway, Anyway, Jurassic World Evolution. I played on the show floor. It released the day that E3 opened.
Okay.
On PC, I believe. I think it might not be out on console yet. I want to say.
Yes.
This is June 12th.
Jurassic World.
No, it says June.
Oh yeah, no, it's out. It was. I keep seeing it on Steam. It's.
Well, it's definitely out on PC, but yeah, it says here on Wikipedia that it's out for PS4 and Xbox One as well.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that came out.
Coming out for that.
That came out the day of E3. Speaking of which, our friend Brandon, who does PR there, I was supposed to email him to get a code for this. But anyway, it's Jurassic Park theme park builder.
Yeah, you're like building. There's, as I understand it, there's like multiple islands, and you're building essentially a park, trying not to let all the dinosaurs loose and kill everybody.
You want to attract guests, get revenue, create a cool park, keep people happy, and not make them dinosaur food. Like I said, it's literally theme park builder Jurassic Park version. Nice. I was playing it on PC at the show floor, and it seemed pretty cool. It's out now. I'll probably get a code for it. It was like you're playing it. I was playing it at E3, and I'm like, do you need like an hour or two to get a proper?
That's a game that I feel like you would really, really need some time to kind of get into it, because so much of that is going to be tutorial and stuff near the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But from the little bit that I did play, I was like, this seems pretty cool. This seems like something I can get into.
Sweet.
So, yeah, that's out now.
Fair enough.
I'll probably have more to report on that. A biggie, though, that I did play at the Xbox event was Kingdom Hearts 3.
Man, that was like fucking everybody's event this year. It was an after-hours event,
and what's that?
I was like, that was like the game of E3. Like, everybody was like showing that game off. It was at everybody's press conference. It was just like, oh my gosh. You'd think that like that game was the biggest thing in the world right now. It
was kind of cool because it was a big but small event. Because I don't know, it's basically they shut down the Microsoft E3 area. It was for international media.
Okay.
And they had like catered, like they didn't I'm not say catered food, but they had food, but it was like people walking around with trays of hors d'oeuvres or little finger snacks,
Yep.
Which is kind of annoying because last year they had like awesome food, and this year I didn't think it was as good. But this is neither here nor there. But I was really hungry.
I'm not gonna lie, just as an aside to that, we go we go to events around here that tend to do that on a somewhat frequent basis, and I've always wondered like why, because I don't think that anybody really likes it. Like you say in your invitation, like it's gonna have like food and whatever there, so people kind of expect like either a table with plates or something of that sort. And when you have hors d'oeuvres being wandered, like with people wandering around, it's like, is this a way that they can kind of, because they know a lot of people aren't going to eat it because of the way it's being served, that they can save money? Like, I don't fully understand why, but like the events that we go to, I understand, like we talk to other people and they're like, oh, I hate it when they do this. Like, this is not a thing that people seem to like. You know what I mean? Like, but it keeps happening at multiple events, and it's just always
it's obviously
a
cost thing. I don't want there to be food, and I don't expect it. Right. Except for the event was like late at night after the show floor closed, and we didn't have an opportunity to get dinner, so I was just freaking starving. And I'm like, God damn it! Last year you guys had like a big spread of food, and I'm like, I didn't go get food because I kind of thought they were going to do the same thing, and they didn't. So I guess I was expecting it, and I was being an entitled asshole. So enough about that.
Fair enough.
The cool thing about this event, though, was there wasn't that many people there. So they had a couple Kingdom Hearts 3 kiosks, and literally I could play it as long as I want.
Oh, that's cool.
So I played for at least like half an hour, 40 minutes in the Toy Story world.
Okay.
That game seems pretty cool. I own Kingdom Hearts 1.
Right.
I think I own Kingdom Hearts 2 as well. I've never beaten either of them. They're games that I've like fallen off of for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I could see myself playing this. Pardon?
They're not short games, as I understand. Like they're quite long, and they're actually quite difficult too.
They're not short at all. I could see myself playing this third one.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the combat. The graphics are phenomenal.
Better be. The game's been like 10 years in the making for crying out loud.
It better look pretty good. It's Pixar quality. Like it's
that's awesome.
Crazy. Like in the Toy Story world, it's like, holy crap! I'm in like Toy Story 3. It was really cool visually.
Right.
It plays super smooth. It's got to be 60 FPS. Like I can't see it not being. Visually, it was stunning. The combat was pretty cool. I was a little wonky with it because there was like juggling and air juggling and like building combos and then using your abilities and whatnot. Seemed a little not immediately intuitive.
Okay.
Like working your spells into combat and whatnot. And I'm really not familiar with the systems because, like I said, I haven't played the other ones.
Right.
So I have no idea what's new, what's brought back. You know, obviously someone who's played the game before probably would have a lot more to say about it. But as someone who hasn't touched one and I can barely remember the other Kingdom Hearts games, I did like what I played.
That's cool.
So I'm kind of it really wasn't on my radar. I know it's been getting a lot of hype.
Yeah, like there's a lot of people very excited about that game. It really
was not on my radar at all.
And now it is.
And now it is. Because I got to play it for a long time.
That's fair.
I also played at this event Ori and the Will of the Wisps, the sequel to Ori.
Nice. I may or may not have picked up the first one on the Steam sale.
Fantastic. What is it? Ori and the
Blind Forest.
Ori and the Blind Forest. That's it. That game's awesome. And
it was $6 on the Steam sale, I think.
Oh, you got it on Steam. So it's the definitive edition, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because
it was like $6, and I was like, "Well, I hear this game's real good, and I should probably play it."
It's an awesome Metroidvania.
Yeah,
with Disney-esque presentation and like art style, music, feels. It's super tight controls and combat. That game's awesome. That game's awesome. And the second one is more. They've added more. You've got like ranged attacks. They've added some new attacks to Ori. You've also got a little buddy, though I didn't play a section with him, but apparently I think there's a little buddy that you will travel with in portions of the game, from what I understand. They showed a lot of this, looks like a bird guy in a lot of the marketing stuff.
Interesting, okay.
But from what I played, the section I was in, he had like a little bow and he can shoot, which was really cool. He's so well animated. Oh my god. It's more Ori. The first one's fantastic. I don't think we were recording the podcast when the first one came out.
I feel like we actually were, and I feel like you talked about it on the podcast.
Maybe it was
way back when.
Maybe it was one of the first.
Yeah, it was close to. Unless just you and I talked about it, just chatting away about life.
2015. We started in 2015. Yeah, we've been doing it 3 years. When in 2015 did it come out?
I want to say it came out in the fall.
It just says 2015. March 11th. Oh, that might have been right around one of our first episodes.
That was, yeah, like I said, I was going to say that's going to be That might have been right within the first couple episodes.
Yeah, because we launched in March of that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope. And I met some of the guys like that make the game there from Moon Studios. And I was telling them how much they loved the game. I think I might have gushed a little too much. They were blushing. They were like, "Oh my God, so thank you. They were really humble.
Awesome.
That was cool getting to meet them because it was, who was there? It was one of a designer and one of the artists was there.
That's wicked.
They're doing the demos. Yeah, it's super solid platform adventure, Metroidvania. And you know me, those are right up my wheelhouse.
They definitely are. Especially recently.
I think I was asking them about a release date, and I don't think they had one.
No,
it's just 2019 right now. But
okay.
Unfortunately, we have to wait, but the wait will be worth it. Then I bumped over to some Soul Calibur 6. I was beating fools down in that.
Ooh, how's that play?
I feel like it's been a while. It plays like Soul Calibur.
Yeah,
they've added like some new like super moves and some other systems that I really didn't really fully understand how they worked, but it looked really pretty. To me, it looked like a Soul Calibur game, but I'm sure if you put it next to the last Soul Calibur game, it's probably like leaps and bounds better looking. You know how your mind is like, oh yeah, Soul Calibur 1 on Dreamcast, that looked amazing. You go back and look at it and I was like, oh my God.
It definitely doesn't look as good as I remember, but that being said, I feel like that game still holds up surprisingly well.
Fighting games are funny because like, you know, going from one to the next, you're like, oh yeah, the old one looked like this.
Right.
But if you were to go back to the old one, like, no, the old one does not look like this. This looks way better than the old one.
Yeah.
So it looked like Soul Calibur. It looked really good. I played as Geralt from Witcher.
Nice.
He seems okay. I don't know how viable he is, but he was totally playable. I didn't lose any matches with him. I think I played like 3 matches with him.
Sweet.
Because just randos just kept coming by and jumping in while I was beating up the computer.
Oh, right on.
I can't remember if they had all the players available.
Probably not, because they're still announcing they're still announcing players, right? Like they just announced a new one today.
I made an effort to play as him, obviously, because he's new.
Yeah,
he seemed fine. He totally fits in with the aesthetic of the game. And then, of course, I played as my go-to guy. Nightmare is my guy.
Oh, okay.
Beat down some fools with that. That's Soul Calibur. It's going to be another Soul Calibur. It seems pretty good.
So what you're saying is if you were into Soul Calibur, this will do it for you.
Yeah.
If you weren't, this isn't going to do anything to change your mind, probably.
Yeah. And I forgot to mention earlier with Kingdom Hearts 3, if you didn't know, it was announced that it's coming out January 25th, 2019. Ori's to be announced. Soul Calibur 6 is October 19th. Been meaning to say the release dates on these games that I've been playing as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Soul Calibur's fine. I don't know if I'll pick it up. We'll see what happens. Those games are the best when you're playing with your buddies on the couch.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't
have
know
them over as much as I would like.
Yeah, not having that type of a situation really to play too much in. It's like it's hard for me to kind of invest in those games, especially seeing how expensive they are, like off the bat.
Oh yeah, freaking $90 for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Jump Force would be the next game I'm playing. Another fighting game.
That's kind of a weird fighting game, though, right? Like it's like more like an arena that you can actually like run around in, and
it's weird, not weird. It's just it's 3D. It's Dragon Ball FighterZ in 3D.
Interesting.
It's
how does it actually play then?
It plays like a Tekken kind of, except for your guys can dive around and fly around like crazy, so it's very fast.
Right, like is it just me or like watching the videos? It looked like the arenas seemed much larger than.
Oh yeah, they're huge because you're doing like big giant like Dragon Ball fireballs and all kinds of crazy.
Because it's like all of their different franchises all sort of mashed together, right?
What is it? What do they call it? Is it Shonen Jump? Is that what it is?
Oh, the whole Shonen Jump. Okay. That actually makes sense.
I'm trying to find the wiki here, but I can't find it for some reason. But yeah, like I was playing as Goku and some dude from One Piece and some other franchise as well.
Okay.
It's it's 3D fighter, 3 versus 3 tag fighter. It has a really weird, like I don't know how to explain. It almost, the characters were like 3D, but it was like they were anime, but it was like as if they were in the real world. So they almost
the art style for that game looks weird.
Yeah, so they kind of almost had like a claymation kind of look to the characters.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like the aesthetic. It's almost like somebody figured, like, what would Goku look like in the real world instead of he's not in an anime anymore? And it's like, wow, what the hell is that? I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that aesthetic or not. It looks weird, personally.
It's Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach. Then they had some.
Isn't there like
character from Death Note, but they're not playable apparently.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
It really, when I was playing it, it really reminded me of Dragon Ball Fighters, which is not surprising because it's developed by, it's not developed by the same people, but it's Bandai Namco producing it, which produced the other one, I believe.
Makes sense, I guess. Yeah,
I think so. So it does seem kind of neat. I don't think it's a fighting game for me, but it controlled fine, looked fine, played fine. It was super, super solid. It wasn't like dumpster fire.
Oh, that's good.
But I don't think it's for me. It's
I'm not sure if it's
really,
for me
really
either.
unique look. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then I played some Forza 4, Forza Horizon 4.
Okay.
Which, that game was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's more Forza Horizon.
Fan? Okay.
Basically, in the demo, you chose a car and you're going through racing along, and then I guess they were simulating the weather changing effects.
Yep.
And the vehicles would change as well, because we'd be off-roading in the snow, and then, it would be summertime and so forth. Meanwhile, we're racing against guys on motorbikes and off-road trucks, and it's Forza Horizon. It was really pretty. The weather changing effects were like amazing looking. The different seasons.
Yeah, what are they saying? Like each season's going to be, is it 2 weeks in the final game?
I don't remember.
They're going to be changing seasons.
Sounds like something like that, and it's like server wide,
or
so it's the same weather for everyone.
Yeah.
And it's going to change events and change courses and so forth as well, especially, I guess, with the snow and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. It's going to be part of Game Pass, so I will definitely have it.
Done.
And I will definitely play it because I love the Forza. I really like the Forza Horizon games. Those are the racing games up my alley, because it's almost like not only are they like a kind of arcadey sim racer, but they're also kind of like an open world RPG. With stuff.
I feel like I need to give them another chance.
With stuff littered all over the map to find and do, which makes them, for someone like me who likes open world games and that kind of progression systems more than just race all the racetracks and every different variant of it in every different type of car,
Right.
It has better game systems that appeal to my type of gamer brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know.
It's so weird. I feel like it should be a game that I would love, and I don't know what it is. There's something about it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Hasn't clicked for me, and I don't I feel like it should.
You don't have any of the Horizons, do you?
The second one I want to. Oh no, the first one.
Yeah, the first one was like the Assassin's Creed 1 of the franchise. It was like, I can see what you're doing here, but you're not quite there yet.
Wait, because this is Forza Horizon 4. Because the third one was the one in Australia. The second one was the one also in Europe, if I remember correctly.
can't remember where the second one was, honestly.
Because I know the first one was Europe.
Man.
So, yeah, anyways, I don't know.
The first one was okay at best. It really
I'll have
took
to
off.
load the second one and
it really
see if,
took off.
It works better for me.
It really took off with the second one.
Right.
I think the second one's the one I played the most of, and I played a decent amount of the third one. But yeah, Forza Horizon 4 is good.
Fair enough.
More Horizon for you, Forza Horizon fans. With that being said, Dane, I think we're done. I think we got a show.
That's a whole show.
Yeah. Remember, you can reach out at me, yell at me, give me crap, send me money, send me death threats. No, don't send me death threats.
Please. Don't do that.
The money though, that's cool. Like, definitely. Enough so I can retire.
Don't send him money.
Oh man, like if you got a
send
few
me money
extra.
Instead.
Okay, well, we'll split it. How's that sound? You can hit me up on Twitter at RickF, no K, RICF.
You can always come bug me on Twitter at Dane Cody, at DAYNECODY.
Remember to like, follow, subscribe, stalk, whatever, at Geekoholics on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. We're Geekoholics at all the social media outlets. And then, of course, if you are listening to us on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, please leave us a review, as reviews help us find new listeners and allows the show to grow. And, maybe one day we'll get famous. Most likely we won't, but we just appreciate the validation of people listening and our hard work getting noticed. So,
absolutely.
We don't ask for much. The show's free. Please leave us a review.
For sure.
Unless you got anything else to add, Dane?
Nope. I'm out. Gotta go play some games.
Yeah. We're out. See you next week.
Later.
Peace.